Welcome to Knockhill for the SMRC's Scottish Mini Cooper Cup and Mini Cooper S Cup, supported by Project 21 Detailing. There's the results from the first race, with Jamie Blake taking the checkered flag in the Cooper S Cup and Ollie Mortimer on the top step of the podium in the Mini Cooper Cup in his first weekend back in the Minis in 8 years. Michael Weddle goes into this one as the defending champion, taking his second title last year, and this event also marks the return of Robbie Dalgleish, another two-time champion who is back on the grid after a spell in the JCW Mini Challenge. We've got 3 drivers competing in the Newcomers Cup, with Jack Barnett, Ross Foster and Martin Waitunga all keen to make an impression. So the drivers start this race in the order that they finished the first one in, and we've got 12 laps in store before a 9-lap finale, with just the Mini Cooper Cup cars out on track for that one, and we've also got a reverse grid draw for that race to make things even more exciting. Now, there are a few differences between both cars, with the Mini Cooper S Cup cars having 1.6 litre supercharged power units with 3-way adjustable suspension and full slick and wet tyre options available. The Mini Cooper Cup cars, well, they also have 1.6 litre engines, but they're virtually standard in comparison, with race suspensions and treaded tyres. Both cars, of course, produce great racing, with lots of big talking points to look forward to this season, and Ollie Mortimer keen to get his championship campaign off to the best possible start by making it 2 wins from 2 in this race. Now, there's no Craig Blake in the Mini Cooper S Cup race, as his car was unable to make it to the grid, unfortunately. So it's between Jamie Blake and Rich Flett in that category, with Rich making his debut after competing in the Scottish C1 Cup. Ollie Mortimer leads the way in the Mini Cooper Cup alongside Chad Little, and we've got 16 cars in total competing in the Mini Cooper Cup at this event. Now, Mortimer won the opener by just 0.3 of a second from Chad Little, and with lots of fast drivers throughout the field, the stage is set for another entertaining race. So the drivers have almost made their way to their grid positions. They have got as much temperature into their brakes and tyres as they possibly can. So now their focus turns to getting a clean launch from the grid, because places can easily be won and lost at the start of these races, and it's all about trying to build momentum in the early stages. So the marshals guide the remaining drivers into their grid positions. The action is about to get underway at the second race of the season here at Knockhill. Let's see who can strike first in this race. The green flags wave, the action's about to get underway. Can Mortimer hold on to the lead going into turn 1, or will we see a new race leader? We're about to find out as the revs build and the lights go out, and we're underway for racing here at Knockhill. It's a good start in the Mini Cooper S Cup class for Jamie Blake, but can Ollie Mortimer hold on to the lead of this race as we go into Duffus Dip for the first time of asking in race number 2 here at the SMRC? It's Jamie Blake leading the way in the Mini Cooper S Cup, and Ollie Mortimer does lead the way alongside Chad Little in second place, Daniel Patterson in the blue car in third, and then it's Ian Munro in the yellow car in fourth place, and we've got a trail of minis all close behind looking to make moves as we go up and over the hill through the chicane for the first time of asking, and we make our way to Clark Corner. Jamie Blake building up a little bit of a lead over Rich Flett in the Mini Cooper S Cup. Ollie Mortimer leading the way in the Mini Cooper Cup. Chad Little in second place. Third place man Daniel Patterson's coming under a little bit of pressure from Ian Munro in fourth place. Will we see an overtaking opportunity going into the hairpin? There's the yellow car of Ian Munro. He does go up the inside and he makes the move. So Ian Munro goes into third place in this race. He's got the 25 car of Chad Little ahead of him in second. Ollie Mortimer in the number 70 leads the way. We're already on the second lap of the race here at Knockhill. Great action so far in the opening lap. Let's see if Chad Little can put Ollie Mortimer under a little pressure. Let's see if Ian Munro can maybe even go one step further. He currently occupies the final step of the podium. He's got a little bit of a lead here This is going to McIntyre's. We're seeing Daniel Patterson drop down to 5th place. We've got the 111 car of Neil Hose, who's going into 4th place. So Neil Hose making a good move there and up into 4th position. Let's see if he can close down the 3 cars ahead of him. Neil Hose in 4th. Daniel Patterson down into 5th place in the second lap here in this race. All Immortal leading the way. There's Chad Little. 3rd place man Ian Munro with a good move going into the hairpin on the opening lap, and Ian Munro's got a great lead there between him and Neil Hose at the moment, but Daniel Patterson looking to put Neil Hose under a little bit of pressure. Also got a move just further back there. There's the 65 car of Jack Irvin, who makes his way past the 122 of Jason Ballantyne. So Jason Ballantyne moving down the order. The 91 of Robbie Dalgleish in the red car goes up the inside. Robbie Dalgleish trying to make a move here as they go into Duffus. He's right on the edge of the track here. Let's see if Robbie Dalgleish can make that move. There is Jamie Blake still leading the way in the Mini Cooper S Cup category. Ollie Mortimer in 1st place. Chad Little 2nd. Then it's Ian Munro in the yellow car, currently in the final step of the podium. 4th place currently goes to Neil Hose. There's 5th place man Daniel Patterson. 6th place Jack Irvin. 7th place is Robbie Dalgleish in the red car. Robbie Dalgleish trying to hunt down Jack Irvin now for 6th place at the moment. And it is a very, very interesting race beginning to unfold here at Knockhill. Ollie Mortimer leading the way from Neil Hose, but Ian Munro now beginning to come under a little bit of pressure from Neil Hose in the 111 car, and we've got the number 18 there as well of Daniel Patterson, the blue car, trying to make his way through as well. So Ian Munro coming under a little bit of pressure now from the 111 of Neil Hose. Neil Hose is of course a very experienced driver in the Mini Cooper Cup category. He'll be doing everything he can to try and get himself into podium contention here, and let's see if Ian Munro can hold on to 3rd place at the moment. So lots of drama here beginning to unfold. Ollie Mortimer leading the way. That looks like a gap of a couple of tenths of a second between him and Chad Little. Ian Munro 3rd place in the yellow car at the moment, and there's Neil Hose just coming under a little bit of pressure from Daniel Patterson now. So Ian Munro's having to look ahead, trying to make his way into 2nd place, but he's got a little bit of pressure from Neil Hose. Daniel Patterson looking to get involved in the action as well. So a little train of 3 cars there just beginning to separate from the 2 ahead of them, and Jack Irvin and Robbie Dalgleish both hot on their heels as well. So there is the front 2, and 3rd place man there, the yellow car of the 23 of Ian Munro, now once more holding on to that final podium position, but 4 cars looking to get involved in that fight. Also got the 122 of Jason Ballantyne trying to get in there, the 22 of Finn Mash as well, who had a very impressive debut season last year. He's really grown in confidence and looking to make moves. Michael Weddle though, our reigning champion, putting him under a little bit of pressure as they go into Duffus. Michael Weddle looking to make a move there and go up 1 position. There is our race leader in the Mini Cooper Cup, Ollie Mortimer, chased down by Chad Little. 3rd place man Ian Munro coming into our screen now. Neil Hose in the 111 in 4th place, and then it's the blue car of Daniel Patterson coming under pressure from Jack Irvin and Robbie Dalgleish in the red 91 car as well. I suspect Robbie Dalgleish is just going to try and bide his time here and then try and make his way through the field. So we do have Ian Munro still holding on to 3rd place in the 2nd race here in the Mini Cooper Cup category. Look at that train of minis making their way into the hairpin, and notice there that Ian Munro's not taking the defensive line going into the hairpin. He feels that he's got that move covered off, but this is where we could potentially see some action. Robbie Dalgleish already going narrow, trying to take the slipstream of Jack Irvin with him. Daniel Patterson on the outside in the blue car as they go into Duffus. Can Daniel Patterson hold on to his position, or will he have to concede as they go into Duffus? Our race leader Ollie Mortimer there being chased down by Chad Little as they go into McIntyre's. Chad Little doing everything he can to win this race. 3rd place man is still Ian Munro. Neil Hose in 4th place in the 111 car as well. He's got a very good run on the exit of McIntyre's and taking that momentum up with him and over the chicane. Let's see if we could potentially see a move from Neil Hose. He's just got a little bit wide on the exit of the chicane. That is easy done in the cars. When you drop a couple of wheels, it can take a little bit of time to get back on to the track as well, as we make our way towards the hairpin, and it's a comfortable lead at the moment for Ollie Mortimer. Neil Hose now trying to put 3rd place man Ian Munro under a little bit of pressure. Not able to do so this time round, but keep an eye on Daniel Patterson and the 65 of Jack Irvine here, because Jack Irvine in particular has got a very, very good run out of the exit of the hairpin. Could we see a move from the number 65 car of Jack Irvine potentially here on Daniel Patterson? Robbie Dalgleish still very much in the mix here as well and looking to make moves already past the halfway point in this race. Incredibly, the action has been so frantic. There's our race leader and second place man, Chad Little. Third place still going to Ian Munro in the yellow car at the moment. Neil Hose still biding his time in fourth place in that 111 car. Finn Mash coming under a little bit of pressure there from the 38 of Morgan Root as well, and it's still third place going to Ian Munro. Ian Munro doing a great defensive job here, keeping 1, 2, 3, 4 cars all at bay, so credit to Ian Munro. A fantastic drive so far, but he is going to come under a little bit of pressure here as they make their way into the hairpin. Neil Ho's not quite close enough to strike this time round. Daniel Patterson having to go defensive from Jack Irvine here, but that's a great run from the 91 car of Robbie Dalgleish. Robbie Dalgleish has got a lot of momentum here. He darts into the inside. Can Robbie Dalgleish make the move on the 65 of Jack Irvine? Robbie Dalgleish will have the crucial inside line, but is he close enough to go up one position here? Our race leader Ollie Mortimer coming under a little bit of pressure now from second place man Chad Little in the number 25 as they make their way through McIntyres. Who will have third place? It is still Ian Munro. Neil Hose in fourth. Fifth place to Daniel Patterson, and there is sixth place to Robbie Dalgleish. Robbie Dalgleish does make the move into Duffus, so let's see if Robbie Dalgleish can potentially go one step further now as well. He'll be full of confidence and he will fancy his chances. So third place man still Ian Munro at the moment. Neil Hose currently in fourth place. Neil Hose has got a very good run here as they go into the hairpin, just a little bit too far back once more, but there is a defensive move from the number 18 of Daniel Patterson. Robbie Dalgleish trying to make his way through, and Robbie Dalgleish does just that. It's a great pass from the red car of Robbie Dalgleish, but look at Jack Irvine in the 65. Jack Irvine also trying to make his way through. Daniel Patterson could have lost 2 positions in the one corner, but look how defensive Robbie Dalgleish is going. He's gone so narrow to try and fend off the threat from Jack Irvine. Great action here in the Scottish Mini Cooper Cup with just a couple of laps to go. Ollie Mortimer still leading the way from Chad Little. Third place still going to Ian Munro. Neil Hose in fourth, but fifth place currently occupied by Robbie Dalgleish. Sixth for Jack Irvine. Daniel Patterson down into seventh, and there is eighth place going to Ballantyne, but he's just gone off. That's going to allow an opportunity for Michael Weddle, who forces his way through. Michael Weddle goes up one position as they go into the chicane. Keep an eye out on the 22 of Finn Mash as well. He could fancy his chances. He's got a very good drive on the exit of the chicane as well. So a couple of laps left to go here. Drivers all beginning to try and make some last moves to get their way through the field. There is third place man still going to Ian Munro, but Neil Hose putting him under a little bit of pressure once more. Neil Hose is getting a very good run on the exit of the hairpin, trying to take that momentum with him over the start finish line. Let's see if Ian Munro is able to hold on to the lead of that race. We've got another great bit of drama kicking off here into the hairpin. That is the 27 car there of Martin Waitunga coming under a little bit of pressure from the 19 of Jack Barnett. These cars of course competing in the Newcomers Cup as well. Martin Waitunga doing everything he can just to hold on to that position, but looks like Jack Barnett is also trying to force his way through with a couple of laps left to go in this race. So lots of interest, and actually let's pick up with those cars once more and see who manages to come out up top. It is still Martin Waitunga, but he's gone wide. Martin Waitunga's gone wide. That's going to leave him vulnerable going into McIntyre's. And can he potentially still retain that position? No, he's gone wide once more. Martin Waitunga goes wide. He's conceding one position here as they go through the chicane. So Martin Waitunga drops down. That's also bringing Jack Barnett into contention here in the number 19 car. Jack Barnett could get a run here. Back to this battle for third place though, and it is still being won by Ian Munro. Ian Munro currently in third place, but Neil Hose is not going away and he's going to try and get onto that final step of the podium if he can. Great action once more here. Martin Waitunga throwing the 27 car up the inside. That's a great move by Martin there, and he goes back into his original position. Let's see again, Jack Barnett in the number 19 car's got a very good drive as well. We could potentially see side-by-side action here, because that's a very, very good run through the start-finish straight. We've got Martin Waitunga. He's made that move initially in the hairpin, but he's not managed managed to get the drive on exit, and that's compromised him, and he's had to concede position once more. We are, of course, here now on the final lap in the second race. Ian Munro currently in third place. There's that battle once more, the 27 of Martin Matunga. Can he get back ahead and into his position? But there is a threat of Ian Munro in the yellow car. He's got Neil Hose going the long way round on the outside. Can Neil Hose make the run here? He goes into the inside. Is he close enough? The 23 of Ian Munro managing to hold on here, and side by side though they go, and in fact Neil Hose has just managed to get his nose in front going in to Duffus. There's our race leader Ollie Mortimer. Second place man is Chad Little, but who will take third place in this race at the moment? There's a leader and second place. Third place is not going to Neil Hose because Neil Hose has gone off, unfortunately. That means that number 91 of Robbie Dalgleish finds himself on the final podium place. Fourth place going to Jack Irvine. But look at that, Ian Munro is down into fifth position. He's gone from third to fifth in a couple of corners. He'll be disappointed with that, but he's got a few corners left to try and make amends if he possibly can. There is third place man, the red car of Robbie Dalgleish, followed by Jack Irvine. Then it's Ian Munro, and there is that great battle we're seeing once more. Martin Matunga coming a little bit under pressure there on the exit of McIntyre's. He's gone wide and having to concede position to the number 19 of Jack Barnett. But there is our winner. Ollie Mortimer wins from Chad Little. Third place going to Robbie Dalgleish, and he'll be delighted with his performance in that race. But lots of big talking points from that one. Great driving throughout the field. Ollie Mortimer taking the win from Chad Little. There is that final action as well. Martin Matunga in the number 27 car, having a great scrap there with the 19 of Jack Barnett. And then the number 88 of Barry Holmes, also a very strong performance from him. He'll be very pleased with that result. And great action here in race number 2 at Knockhill. Jamie Blake winning in the Mini Cooper S Cup ahead of Rich Flett. Ollie Mortimer taking the win in the Mini Cooper Cup. Now you'll notice that Robbie Dalgleish has gone down the order. He's received a 5-second time penalty. So that means it's Ollie Mortimer winning ahead of Chad Little in that race. So it's a little bit Robbie Dalgleish getting that penalty, and he'll be disappointed with that after a very strong drive as well. But it's still got one race, of course, to make amends in that one. So there are the remaining cars making their way into pit lane, and really entertaining action here. There is the remaining Mini Cooper Cup cars, and lots of big talking points from that one. But it's that man there, Ollie Mortimer, making it 2 wins from 2 in the Mini Cooper Cup category. Jamie Blake winning in the Mini Cooper S Cup in the number 97 car. Very strong drive from him. Rich Flett as well in the number 14, coming home in second position. But here come the cars now, and led by Ollie Mortimer in the number 70. A very strong performance from him. He'll be delighted with his drive there in that car, and he'll be full of confidence going into the finale. So race number 3 about to get underway here in the Scottish Mini Cooper Cup. It is, of course, a reverse grid draw for that one to make the action very exciting, to say the least. So that means that we will see the action we'll see drivers having to make their way through the field. We'll see the action in the opening laps in particular be very frantic. Remember, this is just 9 laps instead of the full 12 that we had in race number 2. So that really does raise the pressure here on the drivers as they make their way down pit lane, out onto the circuit again, going through their warm-up procedure, trying to get the brakes up to temperature, the tyres into their operating window. Let's see who will be able to make moves in the opening lap of this race. This race will be led by our reigning champion, Michael Weddle, who starts from row number 1 as a result of the reverse grid draw. He is joined by Daniel Patterson, Ian Munro in third for this one alongside Jack Irvine. Chad Little starts from the third row of the grid alongside our winner, Ollie Mortimer. And it'll be interesting to see that battle between Jack Barnett, Martin Matunga, as well Barry Holmes. That was a great scrap in race number 2 between those 3 cars, and but it will be Michael Weddle leading the way for the final race here in the Mini Cooper Cup. He'll start from the inside line alongside the number 18 of Daniel Patterson. And Daniel made a very good start to the race in race number 2. He'll be looking to get another clean launch in this one as well. There's our second row of the grid. Ian Munro on the inside, the 65 of Jack Irvine on the outside row of that one, and then Chad Little with the inside line alongside Ollie Mortimer. So the drivers making their way into their grid positions for the last race here in the Scottish Mini Cooper Cup. And this finale is always very, very entertaining, to say the least. So many great races throughout the years in the reverse grid draw. It really adds a very interesting dynamic to these races. And with it being, of course, just that condensed 9-lap finale, it means that we have some great action in store. The green flag is waved from the marshals. That means the action about to get underway here for the final time at Knockhill. It will be led by Michael Weddle on the inside line from Daniel Patterson. Both cars there on the front row of the grid, followed by Ian Munro and Jack Irvine on the outside in the number 65 car. Action about to begin here at Knockhill for the final race in the Scottish Mini Cooper Cup. Let's see who can make their way through the field in this opening lap. The lights go up, the drivers begin to raise their revs. The action is about to get underway once more here at Knockhill, and that's a very good start there from Daniel Patterson on the outside. That's going to put Michael Weddle under a little bit of pressure. Jack Irvine makes an even more impressive start because Jack Irvine is on the inside, and Jack Irvine is in the lead of this race. The 65 of Jack Irvine goes from third to first already before they even make Duffus. Jack Irvine with a stunning start takes the lead in this race. Michael Weddle in second, Daniel Patterson in third place. Ollie Mortimer on the outside there from the yellow car of Ian Munro, and they all make their way through the chicane here for the final race here, and Ollie Mortimer goes wide on the exit. That's going to compromise him as they go into Clark's. Let's see if we could potentially see one move there for fourth place, and it's Chad Little leading the way. There is the 111 car of Neil Hose as well looking to get involved, but what a start that is from Jack Irvine. He's already built up a lead into the bargain. Michael Weddle coming under a little bit of pressure from Daniel Patterson. Patterson with the inside and into second place. So Michael Weddle currently finds himself in third position at the moment. Jack Irvine takes the lead of the race in this finale, and he is a driver who does very, very well in these races in particular. Had a lot of success in 2022 in these reverse grid finales, and he will be delighted with his start in this one. So it is Jack Irvine from Daniel Patterson, Michael Weddle on the final step of the podium as things stand, and there is the 25 of Chad Little in fourth place. Then it's followed by Neil Hose and Ian Munro, and Morgan Root putting the 22 of Finn Mash under a little bit of pressure there as they go up and over the chicane, and lots of drama throughout the field here once more at Knockhill. Daniel Patterson now coming under a little bit of pressure from both Weddle and Chad Little. Both drivers keen to try and make moves. We could potentially see an overtaking opportunity going into the hairpin. Michael Weddle on the inside from the 25 of Chad Little on the outside. So Michael Weddle retaining that position temporarily, but can Chad Little get the drive on the exit? He does just that. Weddle's on the inside though. Chad Little in the 25 car on the outside going into Duffus. Keep an eye out on the 111 car of Neil Hose as well. He's taking the benefit of the slipstream from those two cars. So Neil Hose also looking to get involved in the action here. And it's still led by Jack Irvine, then Daniel Patterson. Third place man, Chad Little. Fourth goes to Michael Weddle. Fifth place goes to Neil Hose in 111 car at the moment. Michael Weddle there just gaining a little bit of time on the 25 of Chad Little as they go into McIntyre's. Neil Hose once more with a very good drive out of the exit of that corner. That is closing the gap between him and our reigning champion Michael Weddle as they go into Clark Corner. Let's see if Michael Weddle can just retain that position, because Neil Hose putting them under a lot of pressure there as they made their way up and over and through the chicane, but still led by Jack Irvine. Second place man, the blue car of Daniel Patterson, but there is Michael Weddle, goes narrow, goes defensive on the inside into the hairpin. Can Neil Hose now get the drive once more on exit? It looks like he does. The 70 of Ollie Mortimer just goes wide on exit. 23 of Ian Munro looking to get involved as well. Weddle goes narrow, Weddle goes defensive as they make their way across the start finish line and down towards Duffus. Michael Weddle coming under pressure here from the 111 car of Neil Hose. Neil Hose on the outside, Michael Weddle on the inside, and there's contact between the pair of them. Neil Hose goes wide. Weddle is looks like he's still made it through, but Neil Hose goes off. Neil Hose is off and out of this race. The 111 car of Neil Hose will be absolutely devastated with that. It's such disappointment for him. The 111 of Neil Hose is out of this race, so we have double waved yellows going into McIntyre's, and that is very, very disappointing for the 111 of Neil Hose, to say the least. Both cars coming together at the top of Duffus. Michael Weddle now coming under a little bit of pressure from Ollie Mortimer, of course, who has already won both races so far at this event, and Weddle going narrow, going defensive once more. Ollie Mortimer on the outside line. Keep an eye out on the 23, the yellow car of Ian Munro. He is beginning to reel in both cars as well. Ian Munro getting involved in this fight here at Knockhill. Final few laps here in this one. Weddle on the inside, Mortimer on the outside. Looks like Michael Weddle is managing to hold on to that position as things stand here, and he does just that. The double waved yellows, of course, so no overtaking in this part of the circuit. And then we go up and through the chicane and into a green flag phase once more. So now we can go racing. Michael Weddle having to go defensive again from the chasing cars behind him. We've got 3 cars there, all looking to put him under pressure, and 3 more close behind as well. So Michael Weddle commits early, goes defensive here. Ollie Mortimer on the outside in the number 70 car, not quite close enough, but keep an eye on that 23, the yellow car of Ian Munro, and Robbie Dalglish as well, both looking to get involved. Ian Munro takes the inside line. Ian Munro gets a great drive on the exit here. Weddle goes on the inside, but look at all the cars following along and through there as well. All the cars taking the inside line, trying to take as much speed as possible with them as they go over the start-finish line. And a few laps remaining in this race, so Michael Weddle coming under all sorts of pressure here, having to draw upon years of experience racing in the Scottish Mini Cooper Cup. But of course, we go into that double waved yellow phase, so Michael Weddle will not come under pressure into McIntyre's. But now we go racing once more as we go through the chicane. Can the number 70 car of Ollie Mortimer make his way through here? But let's see, there's lots of cars now. It's gone from 2 groups of 3 to one big group of Mini Coopers, all looking to make their way through the field here. Let's see if Michael Weddle goes defensive. He does again. He does do that once more, going into the hairpin. So Michael Weddle forcing Ollie Mortimer to go the long way around, so not able to make a move this time of asking. Ian Munro in the yellow number 23 car is still waiting to pick up the pieces from this battle, I suspect, because he's got a very good run once more, as has the red car, the number 91 of Robbie Dalglish, as they make their way up and over the hill. Through the start-finish line they go, and towards Duffus. Can Michael Weddle hold on to that position in this race? And he does just that once more, because again we have that phase of double waved yellows, so no overtaking once more as they make their way through. That allows Michael Weddle just to breathe a sigh of relief here and focus now on the final phase of this lap. So Michael Weddle once more gets a very good run through the exit of the chicane, and that will buy him a little bit of breathing space here, potential. But in fact, Michael Weddle's just gone wide. Weddle's gone wide. That allows Ollie Mortimer to inherit that position. Ollie Mortimer says, thanks very much, I'll have that. There's our race leader, Jack Irvine, followed by Chad Little, but 3rd place now goes to Ollie Mortimer. 4th place is going to Ian Munro. Could 5th place go to Robbie Dalglish? Robbie Dalglish on the inside here, forces Weddle to go wide. Now Michael Weddle finds himself on the outside going into Duffus. Now tucks in behind Robbie Dalglish. Robbie Dalglish got a very good run here, potentially fancies his chances of making a move on Ian Munro as well here. So let's see, not long left in this race. Ollie Mortimer though leads this trail of cars from Ian Munro, then the 91 car of Robbie Dalglish. And this has been a great fight here between all of these cars. Robbie Dalglish not coming under a bit of pressure. We do not have double wave yells, so we can go racing here throughout McIntyre's. And there's the number 27 car of Martin Mutunga coming under a little bit of pressure from the 28 of David Taylor. And lots of drivers still looking to make moves in the final phases of this race, but Jack Irvine still leading the way. There he is, the number 65 car from Chad Little in 2nd place. Then there's a gap for that final step of the podium, currently led by Ollie Mortimer, then 4th place man Ian Munro in the number 23 car, 5th place going to the red car Robbie Douglas. This is the final lap here at Knockhill in the Scottish Mini Cooper Cup. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Can we see any final overtaking opportunities develop? Ollie Mortimer's got a little bit of a lead here from the cars behind. Ian Munro's also got a little bit of breathing space in that yellow number 23 car. Robbie Douglas though and Michael Weddle both close together. We've also got 3 cars there all in close contention as well. The 22 of Finn Marsh putting the car ahead there, the number 38 under pressure, Morgan Root. So let's see if both of those cars could potentially exchange places. He's going to Clark Corner for the final time of asking. It's Robbie Douglas coming under pressure once more from our reigning champion Michael Weddle, but it's all about that man there, Jack Irvine, the number 65 car, with a stunning drive here in the final race at Knockhill. He will cross the start-finish line and take the win here in the finale. Absolutely fantastic drive from Jack Irvine. He'll be delighted with that. He takes the win from Chad Little. 3rd place is also been secured in the end after a great scrap there. Lots of drivers looking to get their place booked on the final step of the podium, but it goes to Ollie Mortimer in the end, with Ian Munro in 4th place, Robbie Dalgleish in 5th place. That was a frantic finale, as we've come to expect here in the Scottish Mini Cooper Cup. Great action, but Jack Irvine with a stunning start, going from 3rd to 1st before we even reached Duffy Stip. He will be delighted with that performance, and that will give him so much confidence as we go into the next race meeting of the SMRC. Fantastic drive from Jack Irvine. Chad Little as well has got some very valuable championship points on the board. Strong weekend from him, but Jack Irvine winning by 3 seconds in the end. Ollie Mortimer 2 wins and a 3rd place. He'll be more than happy with his weekend as well. Great action throughout. Martin Mutunga, Jack Barnett, Ross Foster all impressing in the Newcomers Cup as well. That's going to be a very interesting battle to keep an eye on throughout this season. But there is our championship standings after the 3rd race of the season. It's Ollie Mortimer leading the way with a 5-point gap at the top of the championship. Martin Mutunga leading in the Newcomers Cup as well, and that was some very, very interesting racing, to say the least, here at Knockhill. Thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you at the next event at Croft on the 20th and 21st of May.